What's good, everybody? This is Preston, lifelong adventurer and travel YouTuber.
And I'm Ryan, the travel photographer, here to capture moments worth saving.
And this is Adventures with Pictures podcast, bringing all those travel tips,
horror stories,
and just all-around travel experiences. This is your podcast to soften those travel blues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Now let's get started and hear from our guest today.
That shit trash. All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This your boy Preston, and I got my main man Ryan in the building.
Hey, what's going on?
Together we form like Voltron. You know what I'm saying? Adventures with Pictures. And today we got a very, very special guest, one of the homies, Thurro Alexander. What's up?
You already know, man.
That's what I'm talking about. So pretty much, you know what I'm saying, this is your first time on the show, but you've been kicking it with for a minute now and doing the IG lives that we do every Wednesday, guys. So make sure you be on the lookout for that.
Correction. Every other Wednesday.
Every other Wednesday. It feel like every Wednesday, but every other Wednesday. Ryan, don't ever cut me off. All right. So, oh no, I'm just playing. So yeah, like I said, how everybody doing? What's the temperature in the room looking like?
Oh man, I'm doing great. I know we're gonna get into some good topics with the homie Thurro, but just a really, really quick update, man. This past weekend, I had a really, really great positive time at the in a good old Southeast DC. It was at the Avalon Playground. There was like a 3-on-3 tournament that went down, and if you follow me on Instagram, I'm sure you see my page is flooded of all these. I think some nice stills of folks who's playing basketball, driving, shooting, fadeaway, all that. But it was a very, very positive thing, man. I'm just glad I was part of it. For those that don't know, it's called the Shoot Hoops, Not Brothers 3-on-3 basketball tournament. There's a cash prize at the end. If you're the champs, you get a cash prize, you get a trophy, and of course bragging rights that you got the best 3-on-3 squad in the Southeast DC area. So real quick, just shout out to Infamous Nick on Instagram, as well as 2 Queens, 1 Crown. They're the ones who coordinated it. And the thing I like about it, once again, is just like the whole purpose of it is just to promote nonviolence. Like, hey, if you got a problem, not to sound corny, but if you got a problem, hey man, let's just settle it on the court. No need to take anyone's lives, man. And there was like some, exactly. There was like some very, very small bickering back and forth with some, foul calls and stuff. But once again, very small, very quick. And that's how my weekend went.
Okay. What about you, Thurro?
Man, for me, the weekend was kind of chill, but yesterday, me and my wife, man, we decided to take a trip down to Kansas, and we checked out Eureka Falls, and we also checked out Bourbon Falls. Now, a lot of people, when you think of waterfalls, nobody really thinks of Kansas, but through my research, I actually found out that there are 25 known waterfalls in Kansas, and Eureka Falls, that was the first one we went to yesterday. It's huge, man, and
okay.
I think it was just a shame because when we got there, you got this huge waterfall that's out there, and there was nobody there, man. It was literally just me and my wife. So the beauty was we had the whole thing to ourselves, man. But here it is. You have this beautiful hidden gem in Kansas that there was just nobody there, and the next waterfall we went to was Bourbon Falls, and that was another one. So Bourbon Falls is about, I want to say it's close to about 100 feet tall, man. This thing is really high, and when we got there, once again, there was nobody there. Now, to get there, you had to drive down a lot of back roads out in the country, and it's this huge waterfall that is ducked off, man. And it was just such a surreal experience to know that there are things like this in a place just like Kansas. And we really had a good time, man. I climbed the waterfalls. There's a trail that'll take you up to the top, man, and just looking over. was just a beautiful sight, man. But yeah, that's how I spent my day yesterday.
Oh, okay, I got a quick question. We'll get more into it. So do you think like one of your things that you kind of enjoy as well is kind of like finding like hidden gems? Like for example, you said you would never guess, like a hiking trail that great is in somewhere like Kansas. So is that also like one of like your kicks and the thing that you like to do, try to find like the hidden gems in places?
Yes, and to be honest, man, but before I was in search of hidden gems, everybody likes the big national parks and the
Mm-hmm.
big states, and I'm never gonna take anything from that because that's an experience in itself, man. But when it comes to these hidden gems, I love them, man, because as much as I love people, when it comes to my adventures, I kind of tend to not love so many people there. So when it comes to the hidden gems, like these waterfalls and other places that we've gone to, I feel like I'm able to appreciate it so much more. I get the chance to actually bond with the nature, man. Just take it in without being rushed because that's just one thing that I don't like, man. I don't like being rushed. And a lot of
Me
times when you
neither.
go,
Yeah.
yeah, man, when you
Mhm.
go to the parks, there's a lot of people. And I remember when I hiked Angel's Landing at Zion, just as an example, it was like standing in a conga line, bro, on the actual hike. And I didn't like that. Not one bit. I mean, that trail was literally so crowded, but the hidden gems to me is where it's at, man. And now that I'm in the Midwest, not a lot of people hike or do things like that in the Midwest from what I see.
Mhm.
So I feel like I get the opportunity to kind of, expose some of these areas, let people know, hey man, you can get outside in the Midwest. There's a lot of things to do out there.
Okay. Dope. How about you, Pete? What you doing the weekend?
Work. Yeah, I mean, I just went to work over the weekend, and but I just came back from Mexico, so that was the week prior. But yeah, we spent a week there, so yeah, it was a great time celebrating my wife's birthday. So it was
Okay.
good times, good vibes. First
All right.
international trip of the year, so that was pretty dope.
Got you. What about what? Actually, before we get things kicked off, let's try to switch it up a little bit. Thurro, we want to tell people where they can find you at, like your Instagram or anywhere they can contact you.
Sure, man. I appreciate that, man. So on Instagram, it's Thurro_Alexander. Thurro spelled THURRO_Alexander. And on YouTube, you could just type in Thurro Alexander, my name, and I'll pop up. I'm also Googleable. So if you just Google my name, Thurro Alexander, I'll also pop up and it'll show you my Instagram and my YouTube.
Got you.
I
Nice.
appreciate the plug. Appreciate the plug. So, how we normally start these, after we do the whole icebreaker thing, just trying to warm up, we like to jump right into the questions, right? So, the first question that we normally always ask is, how did Thurro get started? Like, what put you in the game?
Okay. Well, to be honest, man, for me, when the game started, I didn't even know the game started, man. I was literally, I was at work one day and I got a phone call from my wife, and she told me at the time, this is last year, I want to say before the summer. She called me and she tells me that she came down with COVID. So
Mhm.
I was like, damn, it really put a damper on things. So I told my boss, and my boss, he told me, since that's my wife and we're at home together, that I need to take off some weeks from work as well. So I totally understood that. And once we fully recovered, we decided, well, since he's giving me an extra week, why don't we take a trip? So once she was recovered and she had a negative test.
Mhm.
We went to Colorado, man. We went to the I think it was the Garden of the Gods,
Okay.
and the whole time we were literally hiking these trails, and I didn't even know what hiking was, man. To be honest, it was something that I've never done before. So we were highly underprepared. I must have had one bottle of water on me. I mean, that went in like 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Straight
Oh,
up. But that's how it started, man. And ever since that point, my whole adventure spirit started. And so every weekend from that point, we kind of made it a thing where we'll go out, we'll check out a spot, and that's how it started.
Okay, I like that, man. I have a two-part question, and I'll preface it with a personal example that I could, speak on first, right? So, and I warn you ahead of time, though, it's borderline ignorant. Even though I'm not an ignorant person, it could come off as borderline ignorant. So just give you a heads up. So, all right. So for example, right, my daughter used to play lacrosse. She played lacrosse for years, from like elementary school to like literally to like the 10th grade was the last time playing. So we talking about 6-7 years of just playing lacrosse, right? And I remember I was talking to one of my family members one day, in the South, and and we was all goofy and stuff, joking around. Anyway, he's like, "Oh, yo, she played lacrosse. Oh, she on some white people shit." And I was just like, "Damn, why gotta be some white people stuff?" You know what I'm saying? And so with that, disclaimer being out there, like how do you respond if someone maybe in a casual conversation, they find out you like hiking and they're like, "Damn, Thurro on some, that's some white people stuff right there." Like, what
so
you?
funny.
Yeah, like what makes you get?
Ask the question. It's like, well, what if somebody found out you know how to read and you like to read?
That's some white people stuff. You read?
Yeah, like, that's just.
I mean, I warned you that was a little ignorant, so I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm actually glad you asked that question, man. And it's just one of those things that I would start off by saying that's one of the problems that I feel kind of plagues our culture a little bit, because when it comes to, let's say, skiing, hiking, or check this out, or talking proper English, we always want to associate that with being white. But what I found out is, see, that's a lie. It's not true. See, these are things where speaking proper or hiking or doing things like this, it's not a white person's thing. It's an everybody's thing. And the problem is, see, our culture, I feel we've been fed so many lies that we start believing these things. We start saying these things. So to us, to have fun, we don't think about hiking. When it comes to sports, we don't think about lacrosse or, let's say, horseback riding and things of nature. We don't think about going to the national parks, and it's all a lie, man. It's not true. And just to touch on something else real quick, see what a lot of people don't know when it comes to these national parks, the African American was the first park ranger. And this was something that I learned from the National Park Service. They did a special on that. Damn. So see, here it is. Our place has always been in the outdoors, but it's the lies that our culture, I feel, is being spread by the media, rappers and so forth, man. So that's how I look at these things, man. I love hiking, and I tell people, hey, man, if you go out there in nature, you'll like it too. I mean, I've never seen anybody that went out to a waterfall, looked at a sunset, that did not like it, man. So no, it's not a white thing. It's an everybody thing. And we all need to go out and enjoy this world while we still have a chance, bro.
And let me say, I definitely agree with you. And I felt that same way when it came to someone just automatically, categorizing lacrosse as like the white people sport. So I'm right here with you. I just had to ask a question. So I appreciate that, that thorough explanation. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's so true. I think for as far as Black people go, I think Black people do like waterfalls. They're just more or less, from what we can see on social media, it's more or less they like the exotic waterfalls. Because you will see a bunch of pictures in like Jamaica or wherever, Costa Rica or wherever, they'll hike to those locations to take those perfect photos for the gram, Facebook, and so forth. But when it comes to domestic hiking, no, they're not really about majority of us is not really about the hiking. I mean, I just like, I don't know anybody that really hikes. Not like, just I say, just as a majority of my friends or the people of my little bubble, they don't hike.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I never hiked. I mean, now outside the military, so it never really dawned on me to be like, oh, let me go to the national park, state park, or what have you. I mean, I think that's just the reality of things. And like I said, I think in this culture, this climate, that's something I've been saying all year, that I wanted to get into more things of that nature, of hiking, scuba diving, snorkeling, just everything. I want to get any facet of traveling. I just want to do it. I just want to be involved in it. So,
for sure.
Well, that's what's up, though. I'm glad you got out the bubble on that and actually, jumped out there. Because like I said, I've been, and you already know, I've been watching your videos. I've been trying to catch up because you got like 1,000 videos. So I'm trying to catch up with the videos, whatever. So I did watch probably about 3 of them, I think, so far. So yeah, I'm gonna keep supporting you on that level. We definitely gonna get into that. Your YouTube journey and just your whole brand, like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's one of the questions that that we talked offline about earlier in the week.
Yeah, for sure. And actually, I have one question as well. So like you said, you kind of answered the question, but how many of our national parks in the country have you think you've been to by any chance?
Okay, so I've been to Zion National Park. I have been to Big Bend National Park, which is at the bottom of Texas. That's a huge park too, by the way. It's very underrated. The park is literally the same size of Rhode Island. They tell you that when you get there. It took us 3 hours to drive from the front gate to the back of the park. So yeah, man, it's beautiful. It has mountains inside there, rivers, a bunch of stuff. So I've gone to that. I've gone to White Sands National Monument, which is also in New Mexico. I have gone to Custer in South Dakota. That was pretty big. I've done Badlands. That's also in South Dakota. That's also a national park. I'll probably say I've probably been to more state parks than actual national parks, for sure.
Okay, all right. Well, the reason why I bring this up, because this is according to travelandleisure.com. They are the 18, according to them, best hiking trails to go to. So just in case you forgot one, hey, maybe I can just read off a list. Yay or nay if you've been.
Okay.
We got Nugget Falls Trail. Familiar with that one? All right. Well, actually, now you wouldn't be. That's Alaska. So we got Alaska. So that's something maybe on your hit list.
Buy it.
So what? Ain't that far. All right. So I got you. There's one in DC. I'm gonna skip that one because I don't think you've been over there yet. Let's see. What we got? Okay. Have you been to the state of Washington yet?
No, but I definitely wanted. I've seen pictures, man, so I'm trying to get out there too.
Got you. Well, they got one called the Burroughs Mountain Hike, and like I said, this list goes on for like a total of 18. So I'll put the description in the our YouTube videos, and so that way, if anyone else wants to, if you're in any of these other states and you enjoy what Thurro's talking about, maybe you can get outside your comfort zone and cover some of these more of these trails and that we have here. So I didn't want to just bore everybody that I'm speaking to by just reading off a full 18 trail listing.
Okay.
So my next question is, when it comes to traveling, right? Would you consider yourself a traveler, but you typically, as of right now, your bubble is more of the hiking scene. Like you travel to hike, not really travel for leisure. I guess it could still be considered your leisure, but you know what I'm saying? Like you're not traveling to like cities to be like, hey, I want to see these points of interest. I want to see this building. I want to see this store or this whatever, this museum. So like I guess more your niche is the nature of the hiking part of it.
Right, and that's pretty much what I like to do, man. So most of the travels that I go on, they have to consist with hiking. If it's not about hiking, then chances are it's gonna be about going to a waterfall or nature. But my travels will always consist of the outdoors, man. I love the outdoors. That's what I do, and if I go on a vacation, chances are I'm not gonna go on a vacation, the average vacation. Like I'm gonna be out there hiking, So that's just my thing, man. It's always the outdoors. It's got to be the outdoors. That's I travel for the outdoors.
Okay.
I like that. I like that. And just to add on to that, like, and do you when you do these hikes, is it more of like a day trip thing, or like do you actually have you ever been to like these hikes and actually, you know what, I'm gonna camp here and we're gonna continue more of this hiking the next day? Have you ever done some camping along with, mixed in with some of your hiking adventures?
Okay, so no, I actually
Mm-hmm.
haven't been camping yet. That's something that me and my wife have been talking about, and I definitely would like to camp because I feel, and when you camp, you definitely get to enjoy nature. But the main reason why I personally want to camp is because I feel this would allow me more time in the park. I won't just have to leave, because when we go on these 5 hour, 10 hour drives, it sucks to just go there. You do this hike and then you got to come back home. It cuts the trip short, man. So camping is definitely something that we are planning on doing. We've actually started to slowly but surely upgrade our gear.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely want to get into camping, man. Heck yeah.
I like that. I mean, my experience of camping is kind of like, you know, so just very, very low risk amateur. Like I've camped at one of those literal campgrounds where, hey, they tell you, hey, you can park your thing right here and you can camp here. And it was like somewhere in like Upper Marl somewhere. So nothing really too adventurous or exotic. You literally leave the campsite and it's like, oh, there goes Forest for a mall. So, I need to kind of upgrade my adventure when it comes to the camping thing.
Sure, you need to upgrade everything. I'm still on your back. International. I'm still gonna be on your back. I'm gonna bring that up in every episode.
That's all right. I'm getting strong. It's all right. On my back, pause. I'm getting strong. It don't matter. It's all good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, my camping is extended just to the military, so I have years of extensive training, sleeping in the woods somewhere on somebody's ground, and that ain't, like I said, I've done it, and I'm good on it. I got the ticket. I got the T-shirt. I'm good. Got the pictures. Now I actually do want to go camping, but I want to go glamping because I need some luxuries. I need toiletries. I need running water, AC. I can't be out there on the tent talking about some, hey, what's that noise? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear that. Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need Jason talking about some, got him. They're like peeking in the joint like, you fucked up, right?
Right.
I don't need that. So that is something that I've been talking about. I think, Ryan, you heard me talking about it earlier this year, late last year, that I was talking about, because so Thurro, so a little background. Ryan and my other friend, Earl, we're all best friends. And we've been rocking each other. We've been rocking with each other for over 20 years, right? So, we all married, we all got kids and stuff like that. So everybody knows everybody, right? So some of the stuff that I tried to incorporate into our lifestyle was just do things as a family. So we started, so my wife and I, we started Cultural Night, where we pick a region in the world and then we try to cook the food or watch a movie or drink their wine or whatever the case may be, just to do stuff as a couple. So I actually extended that to Ryan and Earl, and so it sort of became our thing. And so what I was trying to do is extend the camping idea, like, hey, we can go get some cabins and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Just, do some stuff like that, just to just kick it for like even if it's just overnight or just a weekend or whatever, just to do stuff as a family especially just married couples and stuff like that. So
I'll be down. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that we're trying to incorporate, but through the pandemic and just timing has just been kind of off. But hopefully we get to get into that later on.
Mm-hmm.
But so my next question is how you already kind of touched on the equipment side of it. I kind of want to know, what do you use? So if you had to tell somebody, hey, what is your necessities? Like, hey, you need this to go hiking. And that's from your gear, like your physical gear, whether it's through just anything you could think of. You tell somebody, hey man, you need this to go hiking.
Okay, so for an amateur hiker, which I consider myself an amateur hiker, the first thing you really want to do is assess the terrain. So with that being said, you got to think about your shoes. Now, you can wear boots or sneakers. You don't have to believe the hype, man. And in a lot of pictures on social media, you might see some people with spikes or these expensive boots, but you don't necessarily need boots per se, depending on the trail. I'm a man of comfort. I like to be comfortable as I can. So when it comes to my shoes, if it's not gonna be rocky terrain, I always opt for sneakers. But if you're gonna be doing some serious climbing, then you definitely want to wear boots. The next thing goes without saying, which it's kind of common sense, is water. You always want to take water, man, and you don't realize it, but when you're out there, you're sweating, man. You'll get thirsty a lot quicker than you think. So one bottle is not gonna be enough, and there's several ways that you can take water with you. Now, me personally, what I like to do, I take about, I'll say in my book bag, about six of the regular size bottles of water. Now, there's something else that I've seen out there that other hikers do. They have what's called a platypus bottle, and it has a filter. So what that allows you to do is, let's say you get to a stream, a waterfall, something like that, and you run out of water, you can easily get water from a river or a stream and filter it into that pack. So that's something I'm thinking about getting. I also have hiking poles. I rarely use them, but my wife does, and it's actually good for the knees, and hiking poles. Another good thing about hiking poles is some trails have grass. So you can use the hiking pole to kind of move the grass to see, because there are snakes out there in the summer and things of that nature. And yes, man. So, and I've also found hiking poles to be very helpful when it comes to the snow. Because when you hike in the snow and you put the poles down in front of you, you can tell how deep it is as the terrain is changing, because some of these trails that you hike in the wintertime, they're covered with so much snow, and they can have all types of drops and holes, and you'll never know until you step. But if you have the hiking pole, you can easily assess the ground that's in front of you. So I would definitely recommend some hiking poles. And let's say you're up north and there are bears, right? Now that's something that I've never run into yet, but I do hope to see a bear. I can't lie, because I like taking pictures of wildlife, man. But
but let me guess. Do you bring a gun when you hike? For bears and stuff.
I'm gonna be honest. When it comes to bears and stuff like that, so what you want to take, what they recommend to take, is bear spray, which is a form of pepper spray, and that's supposed to inhibit the bear a little bit, or what somebody else. Yeah, I know, right?
I'm gonna say your time out. So they got bear pepper spray supposed to just back this bear off.
Yeah, they got bear pepper spray, man, and I can't lie. I don't know if it works or not, man. I carry something with me, and I also carry an air horn, which one of my followers from Canada, so she's actually encountered a lot of grizzly bears, And what she's saying is the air horn, when you spray it automatically scares them away because contrary to belief, bears, they don't like confrontation,
Okay.
So yeah, so when they hear something like that, they do tend to run. And you can't it's highly illegal to discharge a firearm in the national or the state park,
Oh,
So
I ain't know. Okay. All right. Damn. Okay.
and, yeah, you can't discharge a firearm in a state park or a national park. And see, now this is something that I didn't know that I feel a lot of people do need to know because my wife, she does carry a firearm, and she has a permit and so forth. But when it comes to these parks, yeah, you cannot discharge a firearm in there. So they try to teach you ways that you can handle yourself. And it's the same thing when it comes to mountain lions and these aggressive animals. So what they teach you, what you want to do is if you see a bear or mountain lion, you want to raise your hands and you want to try to make yourself seem bigger than what you are. That's actually the first thing that you want to do. And then you want to start making a noise, maybe like a throaty kind of cough, and if that doesn't work and the bear starts coming towards you, my next thing I would recommend is definitely the air horn. You know, and that bear spray. But if all else fails,
Run.
doing whatever it is that you have to do, and I'm just gonna say it like that, because is gotta come first, man.
Bro, you
Straight up.
sound like them goddamn Superman commercials. They be like, pow, pow, pow. Or that the bullets didn't work. Let me throw my gun at them. The bullets obviously didn't do anything, but maybe the gun will. Bro, and I'm not knocking anything you say, because like I said, I don't hide. I know what Preston's gonna do. I'm gonna grab my gun first. Off top. I'll pay the fine later. Because you know what I'm saying? I'll pay the fine later, and we discuss. Matter of fact, you have to know I did it. It's a big ass. You said it's 3 hours to get to the back of that one part. Hey, I'll be like, oh, racism. How you know the black man shot the gun?
Hey,
I'll be like, pow, pow. Hey, bro, it's either me or that animal, and I plan on coming home.
Ooh, especially if you got like the key word that stuck out to me when you was talking Thurro. You said aggressive was the first word, and then the second set was mountain lion. Aggressive mountain lion. I don't know about it. You know what I'm saying?
I can't even lie, man. I've heard some stories, and I've actually encountered a mountain lion once, but
Oh damn.
yeah, man. But luckily for us, it was actually so far away in the distance. And what I noticed about a lot of these wildlife animals, they're actually more afraid of us than we are afraid of them. So mountain lion, a typical, and I'm gonna use the word typical, a typical mountain lion, if it spots you first and it's, let's say, way off in the distance, it's naturally gonna hide or change its path because it's not trying to encounter you. Yeah, most of the time, the only time they really try to come up on you is if they have their young around, and then that's just a very precarious situation, man. Even bison, man. I've been like this close to bison, and they're just one of those animals, man. They're gentle, but when it comes to their babies, man, just like us, they're very protected.
Hell yeah, I got you with that. Well, once again, all that information is great, man. I appreciate that, especially if I, want to venture off and try some hiking, man. My next question, I want to know from you, like once again, I follow you on Instagram. You got great content. It's always informative. I like how interactive you are as well. Like you actually, the way you post some of your stuff, it actually encourages, some of your followers to actually engage and respond, where they have to engage in more than oh man, that's a dope picture. Like you actually ask them questions like, hey, what does serenity mean to you? Stuff like that. But I preface all that with, can you just, I don't want to butcher it. I read it, but I want to make sure I don't butcher it. So just for people who aren't familiar with it, can you just break down in layman's terms?
I can't hear you, bro.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
If it's the sound you're in on my end.
All right, let me see. Preston, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, Thurro, can you hear me now?
Can you hear me, Thurro?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
So
Okay. Well,
Okay, I can hear you now, Ryan.
Okay, we good? All right.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much my question is, in layman's terms, can you break down what tree bathing is? Like, you gave a great explanation, but I don't want to butcher it. Can you let people know what tree bathing is?
Yeah, so when it comes to tree bathing, it's actually forest bathing. And this is something that a lot of us actually do, and we literally don't realize it. So all forest bathing is literally going out into the forest and just soaking up the forest, man, like enjoying it, breathing in the fresh air, and just literally taking in the scenery and taking the time to appreciate it. And I made a post, I think it was last week, and I actually looked up the term forest bathing. That's how I figured out that it's an actual science. And the Japanese are actually the ones who get credit for making it a science. And in Japan, they actually have some parks that's literally dedicated to forest bathing. And upon further research, I found out that scientists are actually discovering being out in these forests, preferably pine forests. That's what they actually recommend, although they say any forest will do, but the best results come from forests with pine trees, is that there are a lot of health benefits. It definitely relieves stress. That's something that always happens to me when I'm just on a hike, period. Just seeing the visuals, the scenery, man, the green, it does something to the mind. It gives you that euphoric feeling. At least it does for me. Right. And there are other scientific experiments that they've found that it's good for breathing. It helps with your breathing. And there are other claims that I don't know how true they are, but supposedly, they're saying that these things help people with cancer and diabetes. But I don't know, man, because see, when it comes to certain medical claims, I'm one of those skeptics, man, and I need to see some proof. So when I posted that on my Instagram, I posted the link where I got the information from. So, if anybody wants to verify what I say, they can easily click on that link and check it out, man. But yeah, there are a lot of health benefits to forest bathing, man.
Okay. Appreciate that.
I like water, but I'm just gonna be a water and soap type of dude in somebody's shop.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I get what you're saying, though. I mean, I'm like the exact way. Like when it comes to a lot of things, I have to fact check it over and over and over.
Yes.
Then I got to know somebody personally, not somebody on the internet. I don't even know this person, but I need to know Ryan or Thurro. You did this, and
right.
What happened a week later, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later? Oh, nothing happened. Oh, okay, cool. Then I might be like, all right, I'm more inclined to do it. But if The Rock come on there tomorrow and say, hey, I forest babe, get the hell out of here. The last time you've been in the forest. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I need proof, especially before I post something and I recommend something to somebody else. I have got to do the research, man. And that's one of the things that I try to do with my page. And I think that was one of the things that you were touching on, Ryan, before I had lost the sound. You were saying something about engagement, how I get people to engage. And it's just one of those things, man. Like, I like doing research. I put the research out there. I try to ask people questions, so they can interact back with me. Hey, man, have you tried this? Do you want to try this? What is your way of doing this? So I tend to ask questions. And this is something that I've learned when I was in college, how to build a report. Mm-hmm. And building a report, it's so pivotal, man. Even in business, You know, if you have a business, that's how you get repeat business, repeat customers. It's by building a rapport, man. And I've just always been that type of guy. Whatever it is, from when I was at the recording studio, when I was in construction, whatever it is I do, I always try to build a rapport with a customer, a follower, a viewer, anybody, because at the end of the day, that's kind of what people gravitate to, especially on my social media platform. They gravitate to my personality because I'm engaging with them. You know, I'm letting them feel like, hey, man, I'm listening to what you're saying. And then I'm also engaging with their stuff, you know? So, and that's another thing, man. I don't even know if you're going to touch on this, but
I am.
But some people, okay, but some people, they always ask me, you know, hey, Thurro, how come so many people engage in your posts? And what I found out is, see, for the most part, if you're nice to somebody, somebody will be nice to you. If I'm not, let's say I'm not leaving a comment on somebody's page, I'm not liking anything, how can I honestly expect for those same people to like or comment on my page? You understand what I'm saying? And I think that's something that so many people on social media, they kind of really don't understand that concept. It's like, yeah, you want to be the star. I totally understand, but you're not a celebrity. You're a nobody. So in order for people to actually engage with you, you got to put that work in, man. You have to engage with them. You know, look at the stuff that they have. Make a comment, man. Tell them how great it is. Even if you don't think it's great, wish them a happy day. You know, say. I mean, it sounds funny, but it's so true, man. And this is what has worked for me. This is what has allowed me to really have that engagement on my post. You know, so I would definitely recommend building a rapport. And that's kind of one of the reasons, okay, let's say you'll see an account, this account might have 10,000 followers, but yet they're only getting 100 likes, one comment. To me, it's obvious what's going on. You know, they don't want to spread that love. They expect everybody to show them that love, but they don't want to give it back. And the world just does not work like that.
Hell no, it don't work like that. And not from a social media standpoint, but just from a clientele standpoint, because I do freelance photography, outside of my full-time gig. And
Right.
when you use that keyword rapport, I swear that really hit home for me, because I met these group of women in January. I did one of their birthday parties. Just they needed a photographer just to capture the night. And literally, as the months would go on, it was that one friend's birthday party. And then that second friend who was at the birthday party needed me for something. Third friend needed me for something. Fourth friend needed me for something. Next thing you know, that fourth friend told some other girls who weren't even at the party, hey, I know a guy who can hook you up with some nice photos. But to your point, I treated them well, treated them with respect. I showed some professionalism by showing up as early as possible. Like, I think the birthday party, like the party started at 8. I'm already in the building by 7:15, 7 o'clock, camera already ready. What y'all trying to shoot? So, I didn't mean to get off topic a little bit by saying, get away from social media, but the rapport thing I really relate to in a real life experience. So thank you for that. And I know, Preston, you said you want to get into something as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, since we direction, I think, like you said, your credibility is everything. You know what I'm saying? And then
yes,
just to keep it in. I mean, like I said, this is stuff that can be used in all walks of life, right? But definitely, since we're talking about social media right now, I'm just gonna try to keep it social media wise. That your brand is everything.
Yes.
Like, you don't understand how. If you attach your name, your face, your likeness to anything, you better own it, represent it, whatever. So it does come down to, like I said, when I started my journey last year, last February, going through the social media thing, right? And I've never been a dude that did hashtags or videos or reels or any of that type of stuff, right? When I got into it, I assumed. I was like, man, I've been to a lot of countries. I have a lot of experience. I just throw some funky pictures, and they gonna come. They need Preston in their life. And like,
no, sir.
So that didn't work, right? So I had to do a little bit more research. And Ryan can contest to this that, we didn't have many conversations about, where we think we should be or where we want to be. So when I found out, I have done, like, my social media presence have grown so much in the last, say, 2 months, like literally, like everything else don't even matter at that point. This last 2 months, by me just being more authentic to myself, being more carefree, and then people can read that, they can feel that,
they can feel it, bro.
They feel it because they see you doing something, they be like, nah, that don't look natural, that don't look whatever, and that's why certain things I haven't done yet because it's not really me. Like, I love to hang. I love obviously everybody knows I love cracking jokes, saying jokes. I'm just a happy person, just by by nature. So based on what you're saying, is like I think that's beautiful that you show people love because you want love back. So you get what you put into it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's happening as far as my brand, Travels of Preston, under the umbrella of Travels in My Lifetime. Like literally, a lot more people are pretty much engaging with my content, and I engage with other people. I make sure I like their pictures, even if I don't really like their picture. Hey man, I ain't out here trying to ruin nobody's day. You put the picture up because you want somebody to look at it, to like it, to whatever. And I'm gonna do that.
Yep.
If you say like a question in your little post about it, I'm gonna answer it. I'm like, oh yeah, just to let you know that I clicked that more button and I read it and I'm saying something about it. Not just, hey man, cool picture, good picture. Didn't even read what you said. And like I said, it just comes with time. I mean, it takes time to go from a nobody to, hey, I got a couple people that actually rock with me. And I do recognize people that actually rock with Preston. It's like you would probably know those followers that rock with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like them empty type of like, oh man, I mess with your stuff. Bro, you never like my pictures. Don't go to my Travels of Preston channel.
You don't comment.
But you say you rock with me. And then, like I said, and Ryan know how I feel about that because I ain't gonna say nobody's names and stuff like that, but he definitely know who I be like.
Hey, I'm the same type of way, bro. And I call stuff like that out all the time, man. Just be authentic, man. As long as you're authentic, you always gonna have that group, like you said, that's always gonna rock with you. We all have that, man. So I feel you on that, Preston, for sure, man.
It's like a real journey. It's like you're really trying to make friends, men or women. You really, because this essentially that's what you're banking on.
That's what you're doing.
That I didn't know who you were. What, a month ago, month and a half ago? What it was? Now you're part of the every other Wednesday live. You know what I'm saying? I follow you. My wife follows your product. She likes your pictures. You engage with me. You know what I'm saying? So, and you didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was the first live, but the first live we did was just me, Ryan, and Michelle.
Yeah, he showed big love too. He was like, yo, I rock with you.
Right after that,
because it was just live though.
Yeah. So for me, I was like, oh, I messed with him. Ryan called me, I think that night, because I had to go to work. And he called me, he was like, yo, Thurro, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, man, Thurro already hit me up. And it was just like, but it was genuine love. Like, it was like, okay, this dude's cool. And then when Michelle proposed to us,
that's just how I am, bro. I can't help it, man.
I was like, yo, anybody that want to get down with their bitches with pictures, or myself, or Ryan's entity, like, hey, I'm all for it. Like when you said you had a YouTube channel, what did I do? I didn't just, oh, that's cool. You got
you subscribed, you liked,
I
watched it, left a comment. Hell yeah.
Because, like you said, I cannot expect somebody to do that for me, and I ain't doing it to them. Because I didn't have, so I don't do like for likes. I don't do follow for follows. Because I had almost 2,000 subscribers, or not subscribers, followers on Instagram, and my wife got mad at me. But I deleted like everybody. Like I went all the way down to like 300 people. And that was like about 2.5 months ago. That was about
because you want that authentic crowd.
Yeah, 'cause I was like, man, all this
Hell
followers,
yeah, bro.
people on my page. I'm like, who the hell are these people? And so literally, I deleted everybody. I unfollowed people. I did the whole 9 yards, right? Pretty much brought the page back down to like pretty much, day one.
Bare bones,
So,
right?
in the span of 2 months, without doing any follow for follow, like for likes, or any of that type of stuff, I didn't group my page all the way up to about 700 people. So literally,
And that's good because those people are solid, man.
yeah, because I'm not asking for you to like my stuff. Hey, I'm putting it out there. If you rock with it, you rock with it. If you don't, you don't. And I'm comfortable with that. Like, Ryan we have talked about this where I say, I'd rather have 100 solid followers than 20,000 people are just like, I'm not going to represent your stuff. I'm not going to like repost your stuff. I'm not going to do I'm not going to engage.
I'm with you 100.
Man, I didn't have people, and I say this, like on Black Tribal Movement, right?
Oh, snap.
It pissed me off. Not the creator of it. Like, he's fine. I mean, he never did nothing to me. But I'm just talking about just the Black people on the thing, like literally, it's like 40, 50, 80,000 people on that, platform. Okay. So it's a great platform for African-American Black people, or just people in color in general. So I think Reggie Cummings, like the owner of it, he always posts these things where it say, hey, if you have a travel blog, if you have a travel site, you have anything travel related, upload your stuff so everybody in that platform can see it. And if they like it, then whatever. So I didn't have people literally, hey, I'm gonna subscribe to your stuff. And they'll subscribe, cool. And they be like, hey man, can you look at my stuff? Can you subscribe? Oh, okay, cool. And I'll subscribe to theirs. And then literally I grow 10, 20, 50 people, right? Then literally, like a day or two later, all of them will like unfollow me.
Yeah, see,
man, raised my eyebrow. I was like, yo, I'm done. Man, I'm done with.
Let me step in real quick, man. I'm so glad you said that, and it's just a pet peeve of mine, man. I can't stand it, and I notice. See, there's a tactic that people are using on social media, and I don't agree with it, man, because I feel like it's poisoning the whole social media community and what these people do. Because see, you got regular people and you got people that's doing that unfollow stuff. And what's going on is, let's say you'll have an account, and that what they'll do is they'll like anywhere from 9 to 20 things on your page, right?
Right.
Just to get your attention. And what it does is, it's a psychological aspect, which I get it. I've kind of learned a little bit of the whole psychological thing in college. But what it does is it kind of lets the other person want to engage with you, see what you're about, and you're probably going to like and follow. And then what these accounts will do is, just like Preston said, the next day, some of them will even do it the same day, bro. And they'll unfollow you.
They disrespect, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. But see, one thing I've learned, I haven't got it down to a science yet, but I'm starting to figure out how to weed these pages out, because you do have some people who are genuine, and you do have some that's not. And what I noticed is the pages that aren't genuine, what I do is I look at the amount of followers they have and how many people that they're following. And I also look at if they're commenting with those likes and what they're saying. If they're just posting emojis, I'm not even with it. I'm not going to follow you because I know you're not going to follow. If you're doing all that stuff to my page, and let's say you have 5,000 followers, but you're only following 500 people, come on, man. You're not really following me. I know you're not following me. You're going to unfollow me the next day. So I don't go for that. I might respond to their comment, hey, thank you. And, but that's it. So I'm very careful when it comes to that. And that's what I use to spot them, bro.
I like that.
Man, I'm telling you, man, it's very disheartening. And like I said, this me being a Black person, I try to support a lot of Black owned or just entrepreneurship, just anything. I mean, I support everybody. I don't want anybody to think I only support Black people. But obviously, you know, in my own culture, my own, you know, my own bubble, I definitely want to ride for everybody. I want everybody to win. You know what I'm saying? It's already
Of
like
course.
for us out here, whatever. And that's why I be like, man, I'm doing something. I don't, you know, this is one of the things that kills me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have my personal Facebook page, right? And I used to post heavily on there, trying to represent my brand, trying to whatever, because these people supposed to be cool with me.
And let me guess, not that many people on your Facebook engage back.
No, at all. Like I can post something ignorant. If I post something ignorant, like, you know, anything ignorant, me drinking, me partying or whatever, they like,
the comments and the likes don't come in.
I get like heart emojis, I get all types of stuff, right? And it's the same thing with my wife. Like my wife, she's my number one fan without fail. She posts everything. Anything she does, she does it to the fullest. She does it more than I do, to be honest with you. I'll be like, damn, okay. But I showed her an example because she has a lot of male friends that she went to high. This in general, right? So these dudes, these clowns, I don't like none of them anyway. So these dudes,
right?
If she posts a selfie of herself, these dudes would be like, oh, you know, you look nice today. Okay, queen.
Beautiful. Blah, blah, blah. The heart emojis.
They hearting it. They liking it. They engaging. They whatever, right? I mean, they ain't disrespectful, but they are, you know, commenting.
Hey, Miss Travels.
Yeah. But if she say, hey, man, my husband just wrote a blog. Come check it out. Crickets. You got the damn internet. And trying to put that circle right through that joint.
I already know, man.
And I posted really. I was like, yo, I ain't gonna say F them people. I was like, dog, they don't rock me on that level. And the thing is, I understand my niche is travel. Everybody's not a traveler. So I get that. But then for the ones that are travelers, I know they're travelers. Just not maybe to my extent, but they do like to travel because I seen her, you know, posting travel pictures.
Mm-hmm.
They still don't like it. They don't like it. They don't come through. They don't whatever.
Why is that? Why do you honestly think that is, Preston? See, I have an idea. Why do you honestly think that is?
I don't know, man. I ain't never really thought about it, to be honest with you. I mean, I got like sometimes I think about it, but other times I just be like, man, whatever. I can't let. I mean, some people don't like to see other people do well. Some people, I mean, it could be a number of reasons, but
you know, I'm gonna be honest, man.
Yeah,
I feel like this is definitely one of those things, man, that also plagues our culture, bro. And this is something that I can't lie, man. I'm so glad you brought this up, man, because this is one of those things that's been on my heart for years, bro. And I had noticed the same thing. Example, about two years ago, I was one of the biggest meme creators out there on Instagram, and I had the name Grand Architect, and I was in the biggest meme group on Instagram, period. Like we cornered the game, man. We had it down to a science. But what I noticed was if I posted something on my Facebook, I might get 1 or 2 likes from my own people, man.
Yeah.
Let me go on Instagram. Man, I was getting 10,000 likes, a bunch of comments, all this support. And then the same people who were on my Facebook that did not support me on my Facebook, as soon as they start seeing 10,000 likes and all these comments, now they want to engage and say something, but it's not real.
Yes.
It's phony.
Well, I got a question. You know, when you get it finished, go ahead.
Yeah, because it's phony, man. Because at the end of the day, me being me, you weren't supporting me, and I don't know what it is. I don't know where the mentality comes from, but it's almost like, you know, if we see somebody, if somebody in our culture sees somebody else doing something that they're not doing or not able to do, or has mastered better than them, for some reason, there's some type of hate attached to it. You know, oh man, I see it, but I ain't gonna like it. I ain't gonna comment. You know what I'm saying? I see it, but I ain't gonna like it though. You know what I'm saying?
That is so dumb. I'm telling my wife, like my wife and I, we talk about that all the time. We be sitting there looking at each other like how hard it is just to hit a like button. How hard it is to
hate, bro.
Subscribe to somebody. Like, it ain't hard. Like, you mean to tell me in a 24-hour period, you can't just watch something for 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
Man,
like,
it's all about hate.
Even if it ain't gonna be continuous. It could be, I'm gonna watch a minute here, I'm gonna go do something, catch you a couple. You know what I'm saying? You don't have, I mean, everybody's busy. Everybody, I got 5 kids, a wife, I got a full-time job, my wife has a full-time job. I'm trying to be a full-time traveler. Dude, I'm getting pulled all types of ways, but I still try to find time to watch Thurro stuff. Like I said, I've only watched 3 videos, so I got some more to watch. But at the same time, I'm gonna make that time to be like, okay, he supports me, I'm gonna support him. This is my brother. Right. I'm gonna make sure I rock with him. Like Ryan, I always give Ryan tidbits. Hey, Ryan, I think you should do this to grow your brand.
And I appreciate it.
I'm not a photographer, but I'm gonna make sure that if I feel like I have a good idea, I'm gonna rock with my man Ryan. You know, same thing like when my daughter turned 16 this year. I was like, okay, Ryan, I want you to to give my daughter a photo shoot, right? Ryan, did I ask for a free like a hand? I'm like, no, bro.
That's good because you're supporting him.
I'm like, I support your business. Like, I sell t-shirts, right? I have t-shirt well, I'm trying to get my travel t-shirts off the ground. Ryan, he's one of the first customers saying, man, I'm gonna buy a shirt from you.
Yeah. Don't give me no free shirt. Let me buy the joint. Yeah.
And I'm like, to me, that's what it's about. It's like, even if you don't wear, even if whatever, I'm like, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You supported it. I hope that somebody will buy it and they like it and they want to take a picture of it, with them wearing it, whatever. And that's cool. Tag me, whatever. But like the first couple of months, I mean, I sold about $500-$600 worth of shirts. And it's just that my distribution stuff kind of fell off the map right now. And I'm trying to work to get it back up together. But that's what I mean by like, it's your brand, it's your name, and to me, that's everything. And it's like, I am so fulfilled and so happy that I'm going through this journey, that my wife made me go through this journey the last year or so, because like I'm at work, I make great money, but I be sitting there at work like, I kind of don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? It just, I love traveling that much. And I love talking about traveling. I like meeting other travelers. Like, I love it, like I really do love it. I gave up everything else as far as like all my other passions, like motorcycles and
buying shoes,
clothes and all that stuff. Hey man, that don't mean nothing to me anymore. Like that stuff is just materialistic. But the memory of things is what I want, because that's something I could take forever.
That's what lasts forever, bro.
Yeah, that's more valuable and more precious to me is the memories than me saying, oh, I bought you some shoes, girl. Go and take those. No, let's go create a memory that you can have forever.
Right. Y'all can grow old and still remember that stuff. But I do have a question. I want to rewind a little bit with the whole Facebook versus Instagram thing, right? So in that scenario you gave, Thurro, you was like, damn, I posted this on Facebook, no love. I posted it on Instagram, I got 10,000 likes. Those same folks that I know follow me on Facebook, they like it on Instagram, but they didn't like it on Facebook. My devil's advocate question is, what if those people just don't rock with Facebook as much as they do with Instagram?
Okay, so I can totally understand that question, because honestly, there are people that's like that. That was like me. So back then, I had both platforms, but I mostly rocked with Instagram. So I might not see you on Facebook, but I'll see you on Instagram. So there are some people that's like that. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. But I'm talking about those people that's always on Facebook and they always on Instagram. And you see me, man. I know you see me, dog. Like, you see me. I know you see me. But the only reason you're saying something It's because now you see this cloud that's coming. So now you trying to be a part of it, man. It's some people that it's like they'll follow you just to see how bad you doing, or just to see what's going on in your life.
Social media's about.
For real.
Bro, it is love on social media.
I'm telling you, man, it's sad when it comes to some of the people that really actually know you. It's just like the old saying, a prophet gets no love in his hometown. And it's so true, man. Somebody that doesn't know you will support you more or whatever the case might be than actual people that know you. And I don't know why that is. I don't know, man. But
really, man, like I said, I got two friends, right? I got two best friends, right? Ryan and Earl. And then I got a couple other people that I met along the way, like my man Brian, my man Jeremiah, my homeboy Kurt. My circle's super small, right? And everybody else, like I'm cool with, I'm whatever. But when it really comes down to it, the people that actually, like you said, the strangers, where I get so much love from bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is an example. This is a good example. Last summer, I reached out to a woman in Israel, Karen, and super down to earth, super dope. She loves me. I love her. She loves my wife. Like literally, she just got off because she was on her way. She was blowing up for real. And then, I without going through super detail, but she actually just left social media, I want to say about 2 months ago. And my wife was like, it was really, I guess, bothering my wife that she was like, oh, wait, no, I wonder if Karen is okay and things of that nature because of what's going on in Israel, whatever. And so I reached out to her about a week or so ago, and she hit me back because I have her actual cell phone number. And so I just was talking to her, and she's like, yeah, I just had to take a break and blah, blah, blah. I talked to her today because my wife was like, oh, I want to tell Karen that we went snorkeling in Mexico. And I told Karen that today. She hit me back, and she was so happy that we experienced the snorkeling thing. And she was like, dude, you got to do scuba now. And she be riding my back. Like, how come you're not skateboarding? Or how come you're not this? And she's just a real good soul, just all around general good person. And I've never met her in my life.
Yeah, likewise. You know what? That reminds me of.
But she's genuinely supporting.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, she literally, not even like on our podcast, we have opened up a Zoom invite just to talk about how she was like, hey, I'm gonna try to give you some advice on how to grow your brand.
Right.
Like, she didn't say, hey man, I could tell you, but it's gonna cost you. No, she said, I will sit down with you, talk to you. Same thing with Ryan. I think she told Ryan, hey, this is what I use to edit my photos. Because Ryan was a real heavy dude on Photoshop. And she was like, bro, I use Lightroom, it's a lot easier. And all of a sudden now Ryan, I think he's Lightroom is Lightroom now. But see, that's what I mean. Like,
I be seeing your stuff, though.
Appreciate it.
It don't take much.
It don't.
So I say all that to say, like I said, man, strangers, like I said, man, your friend, your family, they can just be like, yo, I don't care. I'm not supporting you. Like,
I seen you do that, but did you do this though? Like, come on, man.
Oh man, I had somebody do that to me last year. I got published in a magazine last year, right? And
nice, bro.
Yeah, like it was real dope. That was my first time. I had just started writing, and this lady reached out to me and was like, "Yo, I seen your work, and I want to feature you in one of my magazines." So nice. I wrote an article, and I was super happy. I think I told Ryan, I told my best friend Earl, and I told
we was like, dope. That's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Dope, right? That's all you need to say is dope. Congratulations. I told my homeboy, one of my other homeboys, I was like, yeah, man, I'm about to be in a magazine, blah, blah. So he was like, what magazine? So I told him. He was like, I ain't never heard of that. What are you talking about? Like, what's going on? I'm like, damn, nigga, like, I was like, why do you just
like, damn, like,
I was like, damn, dog, like,
in a magazine, dog?
That shit actually ruined my day a little bit because I was like,
made you hot.
Why can't you just be happy that I'm doing something positive, bro? Like,
why is that? Why is that? Like, you do something like that. Oh man, that's a cool podcast, but did you talk to the president though? Like, come on, man. Just
you
like,
talk to
come
Obama
on,
though.
bro. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like, and stuff like that. I know how that feels, Preston, man, because I remember a while back it was this guy, and he still follows my account. And I remember one day the guy goes in my inbox. He was like, "Yeah, man, I like your journeys, man, but you need to go to Alaska though, bro. Like, that's really where it's at. Like, all this other stuff is cool, but you really got to go out here." And I'm just like, dang, bro. Like, okay, I understand, man, but just congratulate me on what I'm doing, man. If you can't be positive, just keep that negativity away, man.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Ron.
Oh, my bad. It reminds me, like you said, like how just strangers can show more love than some folks that you actually know. It reminds me, remember we did that, we put out like we just put out like a we just put out like almost like a casting call for like anyone who wants to be a guest on a travel related podcast. Rosie from the Rosie Perspective reached out like, "Hey, I love to travel, this at a third." And we had on as a guest, and ever since, like she generally listens to the episodes every time we drop. Like one time, like I think I was late on posting or something, and like she hit me in the Instagram message or what I was like, "Hey, what's the episode? I know y'all come out on. I know the like I know the audio come out on Wednesdays. Where's the audio joint at? You know what I'm saying?" And so stuff like that makes me feel good because it's almost like even if it's just a handful of folks that generally follow the content week by week. To me, I'll take that as a win until we just continue to improve. So that shout out to Rosie.
I mess with Rosie, man. Like Rosie's super dope. She came on the show, super like just easy to talk to. She's about this life, you know what I'm saying? She has her own travel with friends page that I actually post more on there than I post on the Black Travel Movement. And she's just real cool, man. She always supports, man. Yeah. And I just shout out to Rosie. That's why, like, this past Wednesday, I in my stories, I think it's probably down now, but I had highlighted her, like,
I saw that.
Yeah, I was like, Rosie's super dope, and I really want her to do well, and like, I want her brand to grow. Just like, you have reposted some stuff in your story, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it don't take much. You know what I'm saying? If we all do this together,
it really don't, man. We'll all grow.
Easy. For sure.
So hey, that's just my 2 cents on, the social media game. Because I see other people just collabing and growing and doing.
That's what I've been trying to do, man. And I can't lie, that was definitely one of the reasons why I agreed to come on the show every other Wednesday, man. Because honestly, I try to do the same with a couple other guys. I'm like, look, man, we can grow this. As a matter of fact, I tried to use the same tactic that when I was in the meme group, it was a tactic that we all used. And that's how we got so big. Let's say, example, I would post something and then I would say the regular stuff that I would say. And then underneath that, I would say, okay, follow Boss Meme Gang. And I would tag all these other members. I'm obviously at the top of that list because I'm posting it, but then I post the other members. So now when I post my memes, somebody else that sees it, they like, oh snap, it's a bunch of these cats. Let me go ahead and follow them too. Now imagine it's about 30, 40 of us in the group. We're all doing this. Yeah. So now everybody is just growing together. We trying to support each other. You know what I'm saying? But you got some people, it's like they just don't want to do that. They want to get all the glory, which I totally understand, man. But if we actually help each other instead of trying to pull each other down, we'll actually all get to the top. And that's the goal at the end of the day, is to get to the top. But some people, they blind, man. They can't see it, and I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's very very hateful out there. There's a lot of hate out there. Like you said, people telling you, I mean, your stuff is cool, but if it was me, I'd just turn the bass up a little bit.
Exactly. We don't need that, man.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, like I said, it can go. It's, you know, like I said, I just try to get with like-minded people, and I've been telling my wife for weeks now that I'm trying to start a group, and I feel like us four in this small little group that literally this is the beginning of something. Now, granted, the four is still going to be the IG live people, but I just want to get like, hey man, let's get a WhatsApp chat going, and we just add like-minded people. Like Ryan, you know somebody, hey, add them in there. Thurro, you know somebody, add them in there, and we just grow it, man. Because it's like you come from all walks of life, and it's like you see other people that are successful, and I'm like,
Yep.
I feel like they ain't no better than me. I feel like I do some dope stuff. I'm cool. Shoot.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of getting my face out there, or all of us getting our face out there and just growing our brand and stuff like that so people can see it. Like I feel like we got dope content. It's just that people can't.
Hell yeah, bro.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's just like I said, my 2 cents on that. But I guess to get back on track, but yeah, so I know it's been almost an hour and a half, but I do want to say, what is your favorite destination so far? What's your favorite state park or national park?
Okay, I've actually been asked this a few times, man, and see, there are 2 national parks that I really liked, and the first one is Zion National Park in Utah. Okay. I enjoyed that park, and Angel's Landing, as crowded of a hike as that was, it was still an experience. It's one of America's top 3 most dangerous hikes, and the scenery in that park, it's like Jurassic Park, man. That's exactly how I felt. Like if Jurassic Park was real life today, that's Zion National Park for sure. And yeah, that's in Utah, man. And the other one I have to mention it too is Big Bend National Park in Texas. A lot of people don't even know this place exists. I didn't know it existed literally until the day I went, because me and my wife, we crazy. We'll just look up something and just take off just like that, you know.
Spontaneous.
But yeah, man, Big Bend National Park is definitely one of the best parks that I would recommend. It has all the sceneries you could think of, from desert to canyons, rivers, mountains, wildlife, bears. I mean, you name it, it's also at Big Bend National Park. And shout out to Palo Duro State Park in Texas as well. I would definitely check that out if you're ever in that area.
I'm gonna have to look those up, because like I said, I will probably not this year, but this year is kind of booked up a little bit, but definitely next year I definitely plan on doing that. I know I just actually booked a trip today. I got everything paid for, whatever, but it's not really a sightseeing or thing like that. It's more, I'm going to a Black Travel Expo. I know I told Ryan about it, whatever, but I actually just booked my room and my flight and stuff like that. It's really dope for people that's trying to actually grow their brand and network and stuff like that, because it's going to be about,
right,
they say anywhere between 2,000 to 3,000, Black people coming to Atlanta at the Marriott. They're going to have this whole expo, and like Black Travel Movement is going to be there. It's sponsored by Marriott. It's sponsored by Delta Airlines. It's sponsored by a lot of people. It's just to see, it's pretty much I'm going as my business, because I actually have an actual business. So as Travels in My Lifetime, founder / CEO, and I'm gonna try to network with other people and see, if I can get some brand, brand recognition or stuff like that. So yeah, I highly recommend that anybody listen to this if they're interested in at least growing their brand and actually taking it serious and actually want it to be something possible to quit your full-time job and actually do this on your own. I would highly recommend it. So, but it's October 14th to the 17th, 2021. So.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get more information on that from you outside of this podcast, bro. For real.
Yeah, like, cause I did a pre-register. I pre-registered. They sent me an email today, I think, that all my stuff got approved, and It's pretty much just early registration. So I went ahead and just did the early registration, but obviously it's still open, whatever. And that's where I'm gonna be at from the 14th to the 17th, trying to get this brand. Like I'm coming there suited and booted, business cards, everything. Got my media kit.
I was just about to ask, you got a media kit on deck?
Yeah, I'm gonna have everything fully ready to represent Travels in My Lifetime, because this is something I actually want to do. Like, this is no longer a hobby. Like, this is a lifestyle. This is business. To be,
it's time to get paid from the dream, bro. For real.
That's what I'm saying. This stuff ain't free. I mean, this stuff is not cheap. Like,
damn sure ain't.
Bright ass light on my face, paying for this Zoom. You know what I'm saying? Like, this stuff is like that's the thing. Once you start putting money into it,
you gotta go in. You gotta go in.
It's no longer a hobby, bro. Like,
for real.
College should be trying to get some sponsorships and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like, and I'm saying that to you, Thurro, because, bro, like, you literally just called off all these states. Now, obviously, these are state parks, so I don't know how state stuff works or whatever like that, but they need sponsors too. And the thing about it is,
I should be getting an endorsement.
That's what I'm saying. So just keep that in mind, because literally, it's cheaper to pay an influencer than to actually go get commercial time.
Man, I heard that.
So
I heard that, bro.
I've been doing a lot of research on that. Like, we can talk offline about to go more into detail, but literally, this is for anybody out there. Like, once you get a certain amount of engagement, certain amount of followers, certain amount of subscribers, certain amount of, whatever, you really need to start looking into it if you're about that life. If you're really trying to go down the path of getting paid for your time, because just like I said, it ain't nothing like getting paid for something that you love, like a basketball player, football player. Hey, man, you getting paid $1 million that you love. So I just say that with just hey, reach out to us. I got a little bit of information, and if you got some tidbits for me, hey, I'm all ears. So, but I know I said it's been about an hour and a half, and I'm gonna respect everybody's time. And I have date night tonight with my wife, so she's actually been sitting here the whole time.
Patient.
Nice.
So I don't know. She's been very patient, but I want to get into the rapid fire questions. All right, it's 10 rapid fire questions. All right, the first one: luxury or budget?
Budget.
Okay, train or plane?
Play.
Hostel or hotel?
Hotel.
Okay. City or beach?
Beach.
Okay. Desert or tropical?
I might be crazy, but desert.
That sounds hot. Okay. Cold or hot destination?
Cold.
Oh, okay. Off the beaten path or organized excursion?
Off the beaten path.
He like running to mountain lions and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Photo or video?
Oof. I love photos.
Photos, okay. Solo or group travel?
Solo.
Solo, okay. And the last one, fast food / street food or dining in?
Man, street food.
Street food, okay, yeah, I like street food too. Street food be so good. It's so authentic. And it's inexpensive. It's not breaking your pockets. That's pretty cool.
And you get to definitely experience the culture.
Oh yeah, you get all them seasonings. I mean, you might get a little bit of mud, but depending on where you at. Hey, but that's part of the travel experience. Like I said, man, you can't predict the weather. If you get sick trying to try some new stuff, that comes with the territory of traveling. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta take the good with the bad. That's all I always say.
Yeah.
So before we get out of here, I definitely want to make sure you plug all your social media stuff again, just so people can know where to reach you at.
Yeah.
All right, for sure, man. So one easy way to find me, you can go on Google and type in Thurro Alexander, Thurro Alexander, and my Instagram page will pop up, which is the same thing. It's Thurro, Thurro_Alexander. And on YouTube, same thing, Thurro Alexander.
Okay, appreciate it. And like I said, before I turn it over to Ryan, I just want to say, man, thank you for coming on here and rocking with us, supporting us, and we definitely gonna support you and all your endeavors. And like I said, if you have any questions, obviously we all in the chat room, so just ask a question or whatever. If you need my phone number, however you need, just let me know. If I got some connections, I definitely throw them your way and things of that nature.
Most definitely, man. I appreciate that, bro.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, and I pretty much I want to just echo the same thing, man. Hey, we appreciate you coming on, man, and we're gonna stay in contact, stay supporting one another, man, and let's just continue to build, man.
Okay. So like I
Most
said,
definitely, Ryan. I appreciate it, bro.
You can catch us three and Michelle, the one listening mom, every other Wednesday on IG Live. Ryan will put all that stuff in the description below. So make sure y'all guys check that out, support us, and actually go support Thurro if you haven't already. Make sure you like, subscribe, and see all his content. Make sure you go to his page. And Thurro, we always have to tell everybody, anytime you got something that you want to put out or you want to talk, you want to whatever, this is the platform you can do it on. This is not about adventures with pictures. We're not bigging up ourselves. We're doing this because we actually want to highlight other people and what they have going on.
Okay.
So if you know anybody that you think would be a good fit for Adventures with Pictures podcast, hey, they're more than welcome to come on our platform and, talk about what they have going on and things of that nature. So we love it. And like I said, and we can have up to 100 people on this. So, hey, the more people know, we can have we can get a whole kumbaya thing going on, and we can have our own little Black Travel Expo on here. You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
Like I said, because we definitely want to put out any type of information when it comes to travel tips, travel safety, just new locations that people might not know, just information. Just put out as much travel information as possible.
Okay.
So yeah, I just want to make sure that you knew that and all the listeners knew that. So all right, so like I said, this is Adventures with Preston. I'm saying Preston. Adventures with Pictures. I got Travels of Preston on my mind. Man, like I said, Adventures with Pictures. I'm Preston, and got my man Ryan, and we had our special guest Thurro in the building. And we want to say, hey, catch you guys next Tuesday at 9:00 p.m. Eastern every Tuesday. All right, guys, come support us. All right.
Peace.
All right, peace.